You know, like I've said for years and years, is what's required of you is beyond agreeing with what I'm saying or disagreeing with what I'm saying. Your awakening it has nothing to do, it has a little bit to do, but really nothing to do with whether you agree or not. Like reality is going to be reality whether you agree with it or not, but your experience depends upon you letting reality be reality in your own awareness. So fighting with it doesn't really help you. Complaining doesn't really help you. Ignoring it really doesn't help you. Making somebody else responsible for what you experience is not helpful. I tell you, I look at that every day because I see it every day. I hear it every day, whether I'm looking at the news, you know, or whether I'm running into people somewhere here, you know. Like I go for a walk every day. And I walk by I like to walk down that street where all the cafes are, the restaurants. And the people are sitting out there doing what they're doing, you know, smoking and drinking and eating and gossiping. And I don't even know the language, but I know what they're doing. I'm aware of their energies. And it's easy to tell, like, when someone's arguing, isn't it? Yeah. Even though some people talk very passionately and they're not actually arguing, they're just having a normal conversation. So they're normally upset. No, really, I mean, it's amazing. So I see all these people in all their varieties of expressions with one another. Some of the old people holding hands as they're walking down the street. That's really nice, isn't it, to see old people who actually connected. And then you see the other ones where the lady's walking slower than the guy, so she's like following him down the street. He doesn't even care to wait up for her, you know, because there's not a lot going on there any longer. They're not really relating, you know, in a place of love at all. You see all the different ways that people are still thinking, right? The laws that they're obeying. And I walk through there, you know, it's just like it's like the street goes down the middle, and both sides, you know, they're doing the same thing. So you walk down the street, you know, and you kind of look to the right and you look to the left, you know, and they're all doing the same thing. Right? They came to Falkenberg because they thought that it would be nice. Right? It's known as a place to come where you vacation kind of thing, right? And it has all the cafes and everything. You can sit down and have a smoke and a coffee or a drink or a Falkenberg fly. Right? So they're expecting to get happy. And then they sit there and what do? They complain to one another about whatever is going on before they got to Falkenberg. It's called sharing. So it doesn't matter what country they came from, they're all sitting there doing the same thing. And then you walk down the street looking for anybody who wants to experience some joy. Right? That's you. You're walking down, looking right and looking left and wanting to share your joy with them, and they're busy complaining about, I don't know, maybe the bed was too hard last night. Could have been anything, right? Anything, it's not their fault. Anything that somebody else did to make them unhappy. Something. And then you'll go from one event to another, huh? You'll go from one situation to another. And you'll just sit there and talk about one, and then you'll talk about the next one, and then the one after that. And the more unhappy they get, the more they drag up to talk about. And it doesn't matter how much you eat or how much they drink, it doesn't make it go away. So everybody comes to Falkenberg to get happy. And what they do is they bring all their sadness, and that's what they share rather than their happiness. But you are here to convert all of that. You've been chosen to be a savior. You haven't been chosen to come here and act like that, to continue that pattern. You've come here to come under the influence of an awakened mind that offers you an opportunity to join with it so that all your past patterns can disappear. And your mind can be made anew, full of light and love that allows you to be in connection with your Creator. You're in a different program. And if you try to bring that old program into what's going on here, it's just like adding lemon to milk. And you need to be aware of that. Because that's part of why you would be here. Be aware of what you are tempted in your mind that takes you away from your love of God and your recognition of God's love for you. When does God love you? Always. So when are you aware of always? There's only one moment where you can be aware of always. So you've been given a simple task. Simple. You use now for always. Then your learning is finished and your enjoyment is to watch what always looks like. It just occurs. Because you're in a single moment. A single idea. Your life has been dedicated to always. To now. So it's not about what's going on outside of your body any longer. It's what's going on in your mind in that moment of always in the relationship with your Creator. So all you have to do is receive then. You're like a radio. You just get dialed in the right frequency and keep your fingers off the dial.